Hello, welcome to your weather for the week ahead from the Met Office. It's pretty straightforward this week. 3 words sum it up: dry, hot and sunny. For the vast majority, that sums up the entirety of this week. Now, as always, there'll be some subtleties and some variations, so we'll talk about those over the next couple of minutes or so. But the big reason why the weather's so set fair is just a big, chunky area of high pressure sitting pretty much slap bang over us and not really moving very far. Every now and then, a weather front wafts by and will introduce a bit more cloud across the far north. One thing that's quite unusual about this week is the high pressure bringing fine and sunny weather to pretty much all parts of the UK. And also, we're not bringing in the warm weather from anywhere else. I'm just going to run through that sequence again. And just with the high sitting here, well, the heat just builds day on day. It's just the strength of the sun that means the temperatures will continue to rise, certainly until Thursday. So yes, blue skies pretty much all the way. 1 or 2 exceptions. As I said, the far north of Scotland seeing a little bit more cloud at times. But even here, it's generally dry and bright with some sunshine coming through. Blue skies elsewhere means those temperatures will steadily rise. Just the potential for things to be a little misty on the east coast, especially early on Tuesday. And also that east coast will just be a little bit cooler. In fact, all the coasts will be a little bit cooler because we'll start to see sea breezes developing. But look at these deep orange colours. It's really across these central and western parts where we'll see the highest temperatures on Tuesday, easily getting into the mid-20s widely, and some places pushing 30 degrees Celsius. That coastline will be a little bit cooler, but it won't be much cooler, just a few miles inland. Again, on Wednesday morning, the potential for a little bit of mist and low cloud around these eastern coasts, but moving back to the coast all the while, probably a bit brighter across Shetland on Wednesday as well. Again, the winds are light and those temperatures will just steadily pick up as we go through the afternoon. And again, it's mostly central and western parts seeing the highest temperatures. So across parts of the West Midlands, up into northwest England, southwest Scotland, and across Northern Ireland. This zone here, likely to see the highest temperatures of all, and 30 Celsius is likely to be recorded somewhere in this zone. Elsewhere, I say not as hot, but still temperatures getting into the mid-20s. Just some of the beaches will be a little bit cooler. Thursday, again, a bit more cloud maybe in the east early on, and we'll see clouds thickening across the far north of Scotland. One of those weather fronts just may even introduce the odd spot of light rain here and there. But again, for most, it's blue skies on Thursday and watching those temperatures soar. Again, with a bit more cloud in the far north, won't be as hot here, but from southwest Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, western parts of England, that's where, again, we're going to, in places, certainly get close to 30 Celsius. Notice it's not as hot in London, but still hot enough. But yes, the highest temperatures this week are likely to be a little bit further west. Now, by the time we get to Thursday and into Friday, well, the high pressure's still there, but the position of it becomes, well, quite key. We start to see the winds coming around it in more from the northeast, and with more of a breeze from the northeast, that will introduce slightly cooler conditions across that northeastern quarter of the UK. And overall, perhaps not as hot on Friday, but again, notice those dark orange colours across the southwest and across Northern Ireland, still in the mid to even high 20s in places, but that much fresher perhaps on some of these North Sea coasts as we go into Friday. But generally, high pressure hanging around, so again, it's another dry and sunny day. Just the risk of that mist and low cloud across parts of the east, at least for a time on Friday. Again, it should generally move back to the coast and allow most places to see plenty of blue sky. And with high pressure set to dominate even into next weekend, well, the weather doesn't really look like changing, so it's staying dry and very, very warm indeed. The sun is strong. Now, it is at its strongest pretty much at this time of year, so don't forget UV levels will be high or very high this week. Pollen levels also, grass pollen will continue to be high or very high as well, so not great news for hay fever sufferers, and you will need that sunscreen. There's more information on all of that available on the Met Office website.